Hey everybody, welcome to Module 4, Organizing and Curating. So this is kind of how we start to make sense of all that information that's out there. How do we bring it together and how do we decide what, is worth keeping and what's not, depending on what our needs are. So that's what this module is all about. So let's get started looking at what's in Module 4. So we start with our learning goals and objectives, and let me branch this out just a little so you can see everything that's in this module over here. So read through the learning goals and objectives, and then I have an introduction for you, and we're starting with curation. So curation is a skill that's needed to sift through all the mountains of new content created every day. And students need to know how to discover and discern what is truly meaningful and relevant and discard the rest. That includes crap detection, but also gem detection to determine the truly remarkable content. So the first part is on curation. And we're actually transitioning from filtering being done to us, remember the filter bubble, to filtering being done by us. So now we have a little bit more stake in the game here. So the first section on curation walks you through kind of that information overload and then what is curation. So watch this video and explore some of these other options over here on curation. And so who is a curator and then models of curation. There's a bunch of articles to read on this section, so just kind of explore and make sure that you get a really good understanding of what a curator is and why we should be curating information and why we need to learn how to curate. The next section is on information fluency. And so this kind of goes in with some of the stuff that we had in Module 3. So information, I have a little challenge for you. So click on this link, it'll open in a new window and see how fast you can get through all the skills. All right, so you want to try to see how many levels you can get to in 10 minutes. It's kind of fun. The next part is a video that shows you more about information fluency, and then there's a kind of another way of looking at information fluency, that to be fluent we need to process things in the 5 A's. We need to be able to ask compelling questions, and we need to ask good questions so that we can get that information. We need to acquire, we need to analyze, we need to apply, and we need to assess. All right. So the next section is going to be an activity, and you're going to create your own story using a curation tool called Storify. And there's no particular topic. I want you to choose a subject that you're passionate about. So anything, doesn't have to be related to education or technology or anything like that, unless that's your total passion. That's fine. But what you're going to do is you're going to create your own story. You're going to curate your own activity. So right here, I have a link to a Storify story that I created. And it looks like it's going to take a minute to pop up. But, oh, great. So I'm going to have to fix that. I'm not sure why. Oh, it says it's timed out. I'm going to pause for a second and fix it. Okay, I'm back. So I guess I just had a little glitch with my internet. It's fun. So here is the story that I created. I'm really interested in what's going on the Channel Islands and the fox recovery. So if I click on this, hopefully it's going to open up. And so here is my story on the island fox. So what I was able to do is pull in images and different things from different resources and curate it in order to tell a story. So everything in between here is what I wrote, and I brought in information, and I have links and I have pictures, and I've used information from various resources to tell the story of the island fox. Now, Storify is pretty easy to use. I do have some tutorials in there, but essentially once you create an account, all you do is click new story, and you can, start your story up here. And this is my story. I know this isn't very interesting, but then if you notice over here on the left hand side, these are all things that I can link to. So if I have this tied to my Twitter account, I can search for stuff on Twitter. If I have it tied to my Instagram account, I can search, but I can also search on YouTube, I can search on Flickr, I can search at Getty Images or Google. So if I just I did Island Fox, and I can do a search, and you'll see that I have a bunch of things here. And if I want to bring this into my story, I just drag it over and I drop it. I can look at various different things here if I want just to have, oh, that's not an island fox. Oh, that's the Getty Images, that's why. So if I do island fox image, let's see, does that come up? Show more results. So you just kind of have to poke around at it. I actually probably would do nothing on a GIF. That's not an island fox, but that's a fox. So you just have to poke around a little bit and see what you get. And whoa, those are careful when you're searching what you find. All right. So that's kind of how you do it. You just do a quick search and you drag and drop content over here. You can reorder, you can undo, you can insert a rule, horizontal rule for separation, all those kinds of good things. And then you're going to want to publish it, and then you're going to want to share that information. So back over here, if you click on how to use Storify, you can watch a video on that. And here's a guided tour, and here's other examples. So there's different ways that you can bring information. If you have a URL already for an image, you can just paste that in there and it will drag, and you can drag and drop that image in there. So play around. You have until April 5th to get this done. So hopefully you won't, you'll have some fun with it and just enjoy telling your own story. All right, after that, what I'd like you to do is watch this video on Innovate Curation, and think about these questions as you're watching the video. Now, these are not required questions. I do have something to do with number 4, but these are not required, but you could use them for some of your reflective posts in your journals if you like. And here's journal entry number 1 that is required. What I want you to do is to Google yourself. So type your full name into Google search and see what comes up. And then I want you to post what you find, what you didn't find, and what you thought about those results in your reflective journal. Next component is web curation with social bookmarking. And what I'm asking you to do is create an account on Diigo, and I have a tutorial here for you embedded. And then what you're going to do is you're going to join our Diigo class site. So you're going to click on this and apply to join, and then I have to approve you. So if you don't get approved right away, don't worry about it. I will get to it. And if there's any issues when I get back, we'll just work through that. But I want you to get a Diigo account, and I want you to join our school group. And last but not least, we have our extended learning. And in that, you have a second required journal post, and that is correlating the ISTE standards to the module, to the information in Module 4. Then the activity here on information fluency and evaluation. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the link, and I'll fix that. You're going to go to evaluation, and you're going to work through these materials here. So start with identity. It says who is the author. You're going to click on the author there, and you're going to find the author, and then you're going to put the name in there, and you're going to click submit. If you get it right, it will show you underneath, and it'll say yes, you're right. If not, then what you're going to want to do is continue to look. Once you get it correct, it'll let you go to the next section. After that, you are going to do your final thing, which is a discussion here. And I have a mini tutorial embedded on how to do this activity. So a lot to do, but you got a week, and then a week off for spring break, and then another week to work on this. So I am going to set up groups for this, only because it might give you a chance to, ask some questions, but don't forget about the ask and answer form, and I need you guys to help each other out while I'm gone. And there is no group rubric due for this module. You'll just get points. You'll just get the points anyway. So I'm not requiring you to do it, since there's really isn't any group work, but I'll give you the points. All right? Okay. Well, have a good spring break, and I'll see you guys in a few weeks.